can now not hear Adam.
Fucking hell. This is an absolutely fantastic viewing, isn't it, guys? Guys, get your questions in, by the way, because as soon as this is over, we will start the show. Look, Steve's just miming now, which is great fun. Absolute mare, isn't it? An absolute mare. Guys, this is the pod to nowhere. Make sure you're hitting that like button, comment button, subscribe button. It's not the base advert right now, but, you know, it's all right. You can hear me. That's fine. Can he fix his mic? Who knows? Can we just have 1 hour of this? Can't hear. Oh, we got some sound.
Right. I fucking fixed it. Fuck's sake.
The only problem is, it's all right. It's perfect. Hello.
Fuck off.
What a great start to the show, eh?
I hate technology. That's what I have producers for.
When we're left at home to our own device, it all goes west, doesn't it? Are you sure it's not the rum?
I had a lot. Like
how much is a lot?
Like enough to kill a civvy, like.
So, did you only drink that bottle, or was there another bottle involved?
We finished that off. One of the viewers sent us some bamboo.
Some pardon?
Bamboo.
Oh, that's cool, that.
And it's the shit. And we got stuck into that.
What was the topics yesterday's quiz?
General knowledge. Janine did a word association one. We had a rum and pizza round. Joe McGrath came on after 3 bottles of wine and was arseholed. It was a good old time had by all.
Sounds perfect.
What was the mad round we had? Oh, we had a sport round. Yeah, I'll ask you one of the questions, see if you get it. For 1 point, can you name the football stadium in Manchester, apart from Old Trafford, that has hosted an FA Cup final? It's no longer there. I'll give you the clue.
Main Road. No. Main Road used to be used a lot back in the day, didn't it?
For different shit, yeah. Semi-finals it got used for. Never
United,
a final.
it got used by United a lot as well.
Mm-hmm.
Gig Lane.
No.
Hanfield.
In Manchester.
Oh, sorry. Did you say? I thought you said up north. That's why I said Bury as well. Bury's not.
It was Fallowfield Stadium. Yeah. So for ages they used Crystal Palace and the Oval as the place for the final, and then they went to. I think they had 2 northern teams. I think it was Everton and Wolves or something. So they played it in the north. They've been crying out for play an FA Cup final in the north. So they went right. Okay, let's go and have a look. They played it at Fallowfield. And there were that many people in the stadium. Stadium's only meant to hold about 30. They had 45 in there. So people were like just falling onto the pitch with a pint in the middle of the game. And then they thought it'd be a giggle to start tripping up the wingers and stuff, to the point where no one did anything about it, because this is the 1890s and no one really gave a fuck about rules and regulations or crowd trouble back then. So they just was like, right, well, you can't go near the touchline because you'll get kicked by a supporter. So they just started playing like a long ball down the middle to each other. That was how they played it.
You know, like when you have those games where the wings, only one player's allowed in the wing area, and it was like probably like that with just everyone in the middle, which is good fun. Yeah, that's an interesting one. The tackle reminded me of Jose Mourinho at soccer. Was it Soccer Aid?
Yeah.
He stepped onto the pitch and kicked fuck out of Ollie Mers. That was good fun, watching Jose Mourinho kick him. I like that. If you could step onto the pitch and kick any one player during your time, so think of all the games you've been to. Remember, there's only one kick, so this isn't as easy as it sounds, this question.
Oh, it is. It is.
Oh, it is?
Suarez.
Who is it? There's proper good... You know, like, with Gerrard, it's like, oh, fuck Gerrard. Like, with Suarez, there's proper... Like, you'd do it in the street, wouldn't you? Like, he's a proper scumbag. He's like, he deserve it. John Terry's the one for me.
Me and Ben used to have something on Facebook. It's gone now, I think. It's called the Frank Lampard list. So the Frank Lampard list was like a little Facebook page. And it said, if you like the page, then you are agreeing upon sight to perform a 2-footed Scholesy reducer upon sight of anybody that's on the list. So Piers Morgan was on it. There was some twat from The Apprentice was on it.
Kate Hopkins.
She would have been on it.
She was from The Apprentice.
Frank Lampard was on it. Suarez would have been on that list as well.
Why was
Scholesy
Frank
reducer with
Lampard
a
on it?
minimum 25-yard run up.
Why was Frank Lampard on it?
Oh, I hated him for a bit, like a proper for no reason. Because then I met him and he was sound, but yeah, he was on it for a bit. Oh, it was named after him.
I'd toe punt Di Maria. Just someone.
But he'd break him, wouldn't it? And he'd cry. He'd be a proper snide, wouldn't he?
I remember when Di
He wouldn't
Maria
get up and
signed.
fight you. He'd stay down and like wait till the police come or something.
When he signed, I tweeted saying he's going to be like Jose Antonio Reyes, and exactly how he was. He was just a little bitch, wasn't he? Di Maria. You've seen him linked with us this week.
That's the biggest bollocks I've ever seen, apart from when the son linked us to Neymar about 5 years ago, and we got a clip of my dad saying that fucking Neymar and the son. Bullshit.
That's a great clip, that is. Neymar, bullshit. That's what it was. We could have had t-shirts made of that if we were clever. Imagine if you signed, though. You could have had Neymar, bullshit. That'd be even better. I'm surprised we haven't been properly linked to him in a summer yet. You know, like one newspaper out that's gone whole hog and hasn't let go.
Oh no, Neymar.
Yeah.
Give it time. The people are bored. Are we watching have we got the fixtures up for the Bundesliga next week or what?
What are they?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I haven't looked at them yet, but I'm going to look at them.
Is it on? I thought it was on May the 9th.
I thought it was the 2nd.
Oh, I thought it was the 9th. That's a surprise it's going ahead, though. I would have thought locked off.
Germany's a fucking well-run country, so it doesn't surprise me. 2nd of May,
May the 9th. Oh, it says May the 9th.
Oh, hang on then. I've got 2nd of May here.
The main story there is Bundesliga to be banning sex with partners.
Hang on.
Bundesliga set list of rules ahead of May 9th return.
Hang on.
I've just typed in Bundesliga. At least Sancho will be keeping warm.
Oh, hang on. Where is it? Oh, yeah. May 9th. May 9th. It's not next weekend. It's week after.
Who's top? Is it still Leipzig?
Are the fixtures out for what it's going to look like?
No, I'm not sure, really. The German government's still got to approve, apparently.
Has it? Oh, so these are like a load of kids running around saying, we're coming back, we're having it. And they're like, oh, yeah, I fucking think so.
Well, they've got to set the framework for how it would be. So that what they've said is the Bundesliga is ready to return on May the 9th if the German government gives it the green light. Its resumption behind closed doors remains dependent on government and federal state approval. And it would be presumptuous, and it's not in our hands. If we should start on May the 9th, we are ready. If it is later, we will be ready. We can only offer the framework of conditions. So unless there's been an update on that, which was 3 days ago, there isn't. And they've been warned today that it would be irresponsible to play behind closed doors. I reckon it don't happen.
Yeah. How is it irresponsible to play behind closed doors, by the way?
I don't know. That's what someone's just said. You know, someone says a lot of things these days. Is it?
Yeah. Well, it's irresponsible to bring the fucking people back in. It's not irresponsible to play it behind closed doors.
So George Radek, deputy chairman of the German Police Trade Union, says authorities are wrong to believe that banning supporters in the stands is enough to ensure public safety. Maybe it is possible to control what is happening in the stadium. This does not apply to the in front of it.
Yeah, I mean, you'd got
the
a
stadiums become a potential target for fans
bother
who want to support their team.
Trying to come to the fucking, trying to come to the ground, but they're gonna, aren't they? as Adam Frozen? Is it just me on my own? What do we do?
It's going to happen. And can you imagine if the Premier League used that as a test? Can you imagine Liverpool were about to win the league? Do you know what I mean? Imagine Liverpool were about to win the league.
Signals well bad.
So are you to me.
Am I? Well, I'm on hardwire. I don't know how I'm bad.
I haven't got a clue. Who are you supporting anyway?
Torn, to be honest, between 3 teams.
Hedging your bets then.
Freiburg, who are shit, but like Nish plays for him, so I want to see him get a game and go do well. Leipzig, because it's like the one Bundesliga game that I've actually been to. And Dortmund, because, well, they're everyone's favourite hipster club, aren't they?
Yeah. I don't want to see them do well. I want them to fuck up. So then, Jadon Sancho's worth less.
Yeah, but realistically, we want him to do well and still move.
That's true, but is him doing well for 2-3 months going to change anything?
Give us something to watch. Get excited about.
Could ramp the price up though.
5 things to learn about Bundesliga coming a week on Monday.
Yes. I know there's something to make content about again. Should we do
I'm doing a watch along for it because, well, why the fuck not? If it's
all like hot dogs and German beers and wear lederhosen.
Yeah. If I can get lederhosen here in 2 weeks. Oh, this fucking rum's belting, you know.
Are you just gonna neck it raw?
It's fucking good though, isn't it?
I haven't got a drink. I feel left out. And after all the mishaps on here, I'm not going to leave this stream and go and find one. It's just not happening.
The what? What?
I'm just chatting. You're just like, what? What do you say? Just carry on, lad. It's all right. We'll just watch you get pissed. That's probably better than anything that could go on.
Treating myself to a nice copper jigger.
Pardon?
That's what you measure your drinks out with. You don't know.
Is that a shot? Yeah, in there.
It's the correct name for it is a jigger. It's a double in the top and a single in the bottom. Oh, it's probably the other way around, actually, isn't it? Let's be honest. But I say the double's the one we go to, and the bottom single measures we don't touch. We've got Jaeger in here still.
I like Jaeger sometimes. We get twisted on that.
That's what Janine was on last night.
Yeah, that's a bad. I've had some bad times on Jaeger. Some bad times. Because it's just so cheap wherever you go.
I've never had a proper bad one, but I do get fired into them when I get in a mixer with them.
Yeah, I like them. Once you get up, you can't have one, can you? It's not like one of the, you know, when you go out for a pint, it's not like, I'll have a Jaeger. Go on. I'll have a Jaeger. Just one. It's not just the one, is it? You have to have a couple. Someone said you must freeze it. Like Sonic, does it freeze? Does it freeze? I thought alcohol doesn't freeze.
I don't reckon it'd freeze. I reckon it'd just be really, really proper chilled when you get it out again.
Because I think you can put like vodka in the freezer and it doesn't go. It doesn't. I know beers fuck up if you put them in a freezer for too long, but spirits don't usually.
No, I don't think spirits freeze. Well, I mean, unless you get somewhere like Siberia, then shit's going to start freezing in it. But I reckon for the most part, I don't reckon it freezes.
94, who's saying, is trying to bring us to football. Realistically, when will football be back?
Next year. For it to be as we recognise it, 2021.
When do you think we'll be at a game together?
Do
you think there's like everyone's talking about this season, the end of this season being behind closed doors, but do you think the start of next season could be behind closed doors?
The only way Netflix has got a good documentary. It's only a very, very short one, and it's like it's called something like Coronavirus. What's it all about? It's just something along those lines. It's brand new. I think it came out today or yesterday.
Sounds like a start of a Peter Kay joke, though. That.
Well, unfortunately,
what's that all about?
It's pretty legit. Speaks about how the reason why everybody wanted herd immunity is because then the herd immunity is basically like the way a vaccine works, is because it doesn't pass through me to you to somebody else. Me or you have got it, and it just dies there. And then the weird thing about the coronavirus is, because it's got such a long incubation period, and because it doesn't make the general person who gets it that sick, it means it's very viral in terms of how easily it spreads. Like Ebola absolutely fucking wipes the floor with most people who get it, but because it just immediately fucks you up, it doesn't get a chance to spread very much. So it's not seen as dangerous. SARS was the same. SARS was lethal, but because it got you straight away, you didn't go and pass it to 100 fucking people.
Isn't this another type of SARS?
It's just I think SARS was a type of coronavirus.
Sorry, yeah, that's the one, yeah.
So there's it was an interesting doc, but essentially you've got to wait until a vaccine comes out. They reckon that this is going to be the fastest vaccine ever produced, which obviously means that there's problems going to happen with it all over the gaff, and it is going to be a risk for anyone who goes and gets one. But ultimately, you're going to have to weigh up the risk of how long can we be locked up as a world without it, or do people take a bit of a gamble on it? They had some supercomputer working out how to get around it and how to treat it and which drugs would be effective against it. And I think they've narrowed it down to like 77 drugs that could be potentially useful against it. So, this is probably going to be the fastest vaccine that the world's ever produced. But there's probably still going to be issues with it.
I ain't on it. Not yet.
You're not having it?
Not yet. No.
I'm not honest, I don't think you'd get it.
Like that.
I don't think you'd get it. They'd give it to all the key workers first, I imagine.
I'm not on it.
Like,
not early days.
They rush stuff through like this all the time. Like, I don't think it happened to me, but I know with like Gulf War I, they rushed through some vaccines and stuff that the soldiers had, which is why some people develop Gulf War syndrome. For frontline type activities like that, they will rush shit through untested, and it'll have a relatively high fuck up rate on the back end of it. But I don't know any other way around it, to be honest. You're probably right to try
early doors
wave, but to be honest, you ain't going to get in the first wave, even if you had money to try and get into the first wave.
But there's no need to, because we're not.
Go to your doctors and go get it. Do you think you can't get a fucking appointment on a regular Wednesday, let alone in a pandemic when someone says there's a fucking vaccine ready there for you? You ain't getting on the. You ain't getting on that. You ain't getting in the first 4 or 5 million people to get it. So,
do you believe this? When they let hot mic things out. Have you seen that? I haven't seen it.
What's that?
Did you see the hot mic on Fox talking about how they've all been vaccinated?
Yeah, I think that they just got the wording wrong. I think they meant they've been tested, not vaccinated.
Yeah.
I think that was what it was.
My mum and
always lean towards people just being fuck-ups rather than them being cynical and thingy. There's no way no one's been vaccinated yet.
That vaccine one was a very good hot mic, though. Remember when she was like, we've told them this for ages.
That was a good one.
It was still rolling. That was a good hot mic. Love that stuff. Love a conspiracy theory. What's your favourite conspiracy theory?
9/11.
Oops.
9/11. I was one of the knobheads that ended up going to the fucking desert in the back of it, so it's got to be.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
A load of bollocks. Didn't that come out? Didn't Russia tell someone that they've sorted it and it came from a lab and it wasn't a bat? I don't know if that's true or not. Don't quote me on that.
In regards to Corona?
Yeah.
It's not a bat, is it? I eat bats. Nothing wrong with that. Bats.
Hitler in Argentina. That's a big one. There's a lot of Nazis in Argentina, though. A lot of Nazis.
I missed that one.
There was a lot of talk that Hitler escaped the war. Royal family being lizards. I think wasn't it all presidents as well as lizards?
Yeah, I don't think they're lizards, but I definitely think there's a lot of stuff that goes down amongst the powerful people that we don't know of.
Probably.
And decisions that are made.
JFK.
Even a lot of war decisions are made in terms of the economy to just get things ticking over. Sometimes get oil, get weapons getting traded. Happy days, isn't it?
It's a mad one.
Like when you look at the government when they privatized all the prisons and that. Some like all their donors and stuff are the people that end up buying them.
Yeah, America's got it well bad in that situation where the prisons are a private industry. Where's the incentive to rehabilitate? That's why they make it violent.
Prisons are basically an extension of the slave trade, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Because when they abolished slavery,
got more people in jail than there were ever slaves in America.
Isn't it when they abolished slavery? One of the
slavery, isn't it?
Say that again.
Prison industry is basically slavery.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when they abolished slavery, I think there's like a thing in the document, and it says like you can be do work for free if you're a prisoner or something like that. And that's basically what they get them to do.
Now, don't they? But they pay them about 40 fucking cents an hour
in like food that they probably spend at the prison anyway. Fucking hell. In the phone box. Fucking hell. Sad times.
I mean, absolutely. I mean,
but I haven't watched
there's hot shit that people have done that was true that people just wouldn't believe. I've seen some stuff with my own eyes that are different military operations that you just go, what the fuck? There's a really, really, really good book called The Operator by, I want to say James Layton. Let me just Google it. No, not James Layton. He's the one who wrote Duncan Edwards' book. What's he called? The Operator's book. Nope, not that one. There's an Operator's one which someone's done. Fucking hell, everyone's got a book called The Operator now.
Who's written it?
James Rennie, it was. James Rennie, Rennie. It's a book called The Operators. It's not about my boss, but my boss's job is in that book and the stuff that he did. And go and read up on that. And it's talking about 1980s technology. So can you imagine what they've got now? There's some... I'm not getting into it. I don't know how much of it's classified, but there's some absolutely mental stuff that will blow your fucking balls off. It's good though.
Is there a bird in your room?
It's on my roof here, I think. Loud, that, isn't it?
Squeaking. Is that a bird?
Yeah.
Shit it now. Wildlife, eh? I watched some more birds today again. My mates, they're growing up.
This is your new thing, isn't it?
Yeah, so we always we walk through the same spot. We end up at the same spot. And I've seen these birds grow up in this nest. And today there was a seagull fucking with them. But it's magic because like you know someone's in town because they all start alerting everyone. It's nuts, man. Wildlife's crazy. Did you hear about Kim Jong-un being dead? And TMZ broke it, which was mental.
Yeah. See, can I throw that in the mix?
Why did you say that so slowly?
Is that a conspiracy, though? Was he put away? Did someone sort that out? Or has he disappeared again?
Who, Kim?
No, you. You've just frozen.
Is he? Yeah. Is he alive? And they're saying
no. I mean, did they know he was going in for a heart operation?
Have I disappeared or have you disappeared?
No, you disappeared. Did the CIA go and get him in the mixer? Don't think they used James Franco, but did they go and get in a mixer and put him away? Is what I'm asking.
Am I here?
Yeah. Well, you've
I
got really shit thingy.
I've been hearing you for the last couple of minutes, but I don't know what's going on here, man. dreadful today. It's just absolutely dreadful. Can't get to internet. It's just mental.
It's internet. It's rationing. Internet rationing.
Can't believe this shit. It's this laptop or it's my internet. But I'm using my phone, so I don't understand. My mate just messaged me saying, sort your connection out.
Yeah, it's not good, pal. It's a little bit laggy. Yeah, now you just froze. I'll take some questions while we're fucking about, because I'm here still. New Jordan episode tomorrow. Yes, I'll have some of that. I did look earlier, actually, to see if there was one. It's not a Mengi cartoon. 2 McKolas. Are you there?
Am I back now?
You are back.
How are you doing?
I'm assuming it's Tony Marshall, this.
Yeah, it is supposed to be Tony Marshall. Sorry, Junior, you've been very consistent with that question. I said it before and was supposed to answer, but I forgot to answer that one. Yes, I'm back. Any news on Bellingham? Alexander trying to bring some sense into the debate. That's a nice answer.
No, I've not got anything on him, to be honest. No, I've not heard a thing either way on him.
I should start knocking on doors in my local area, just asking random people. Do you know what's going on with Jude Bellingham? I wish we weren't locked up, because I would have liked to have, like when that Souness Pogba thing happened, gone to Paris and asked people if they knew who Souness was, and gone to Liverpool and asked if they knew who Pogba was, and mashed it up into a video. That would have been a good video. I would have went viral on Sport Bible.
Yeah,
that would have.
I'll do that. Where's the first place you go in when we're allowed out? Because I might just fuck off for 3 or 4 days, mate.
Well, like it's hard to think that. It's like saying, "What's the first meal you're gonna have?" It's like, well, actually, I might not even do anything the day I'm allowed to go out.
The thing is, if you go, I want to go to this particular restaurant, because I did this with Janine the other day. And I said, I don't ever want to hear you say you don't know where you want to go, right?
Yeah.
Forget about that. I want you to have a fucking itemized list, right? If it's 4 o'clock, we're going here. If it's 5 o'clock, we're going here. If it's 6 o'clock, we're going here. That's how organized I need you to be the second that we're allowed out. The problem is, everywhere's going to get booked up. Everywhere's not even definitely going to be open. Like, if you're a staff member at a restaurant and they're like, you're allowed out, are you going, yeah, I can go back to work? Or are you going, I'm getting on the piss?
Yeah, but you've been locked up at home, so you'd probably be happy to just get out and work, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but the same as everyone, I think it's probably irresponsible to think I want to go to just someone's restaurant or bar or anything like that, but I want to travel. That's what I'm not fucking digging at the minute. I like traveling. It's one of my favorite things. Even though, do you know, when I went to Bahrain in November for the MMA championships, I was sitting in the airport and this guy just starts chatting to us. He's like, "Oh, is this your first trip away?" And I was like, "Yeah, I had a baby this year, so it's my first trip." And then I sat there and I was like, well, apart from Australia.
And Singapore.
That was a big trip, to be fair.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, yeah, it's not my first trip. And then he's just looking at me like, are you weird? I forgot.
I think last year I did every continent.
Nice.
In January I went to India. And then I went to Africa, with South Africa with gigs. Then we done Australia and all that. I did Europe at some point. Didn't go to America. Oh, sorry, I went to America for the AJ fight. Didn't go to South America, but it's kind of like I was in America, so you know. I went to a lot of different places in Europe as well. So I was quite well traveled last year, and now this year has just been the complete opposite.
Yeah, I haven't. Do you know what? I'll probably look back and go, oh yeah. But off the top of my head, I can't fucking remember. But I'm not even talking necessarily about going to another country. Like, I just want to go travel. There's some top spots in this country.
Just want to go KFC.
You what?
Just want to go KFC.
Do you know, no, I won't mind going fucking Newquay, you know. Just somewhere like Newquay's belting for in England.
Bournemouth good.
Newquay's. You what?
Bournemouth's nice.
Yeah, Cornwall's fucking great for in England. Don't feel like it's in England. No, I just want to fucking get out and go fucking do something. The benefit has been Blake's an absolute fucking treasure. She's hilarious. She's so switched on. I don't know where the fuck she's got it from. But she's proper fucking observant. She's fucking she's hilarious. And being at home every day for the last 5-6 weeks, I've managed to see that, because at the minute, if I wasn't in work, I'm up at 6:30, I spend an hour with her, and then I go. I feed her at breakfast. We watch some bullshit on CBeebies, and then I leave her, and then I come back at like 6 o'clock, and she's usually in bed for like 6:45. So I've gone from seeing her for like an hour and a half a day, and then longer on my days off, to being with her all day, every day for 5 or 6 weeks. And I got to be honest, I've enjoyed that. I have enjoyed that. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going and actually do, like, we got a paddling pool for her, and just seeing how much fun she's having, it makes you just go, do you know what? You don't actually fucking need to do X, Y, Z or go anywhere fucking fancy or anything like that, especially when it's a kid. They're literally happy playing in what's essentially 2 buckets of water in a fucking yard.
Yeah.
Well happy with that.
But we were like that. I think we were more like that back in the day. We could just run out and just have fun without actually having much money or having this and that. Nowadays, though, kids are fucked. You have to pay $5 to just play an hour of football. Do you know what I mean? A little bit when you go out.
Oh, Jadinho's fucked. He threw a fucking controller at his telly last night playing FIFA, so he's not even got a telly in lockdown.
I always think, who are the people that do that? But then I imagine, like, I'd get really vexed. Like, we've been playing pro clubs recently, and like yesterday, I realized we went on a losing streak, and everyone on the headsets was just quiet and like really aggravated, and like really we're just sitting there playing a game. Do you know what I mean? But we all got really into it. We had a few wins today. I'm lined up to go back on in a bit. I'm making a series of. Tried to do it remotely, but it's headache with the lads. Like, they're fucking idiots, and it's not really going to work. But I think when we all get in a room again, pro clubs is the one. It's the only thing I play at the moment on FIFA. We should do like a PES league or something.
I haven't done any FIFA. I haven't done any PES. I did a little bit of Footy Manager. I had to take a break from it. I was debating doing some tonight, but I haven't had time.
I want to get back on that.
I've been fucking consumed with planning for Paddock FC, and do you know what? It's been a brilliant welcome distraction. And I've got to say, I'm fucking absolutely smashing Ed Woodward all over the place at the minute, because I've signed 3 players.
No budget?
Yeah, no budget. Managed to sell them the dream and tell them they'll be getting paid nothing. And they was like, yeah, I'm in.
Basically, you'll be doing this for free.
I wonder when that stops.
We can pay you in likes and shares and things like that. And subscribe, subscribe to AdamMcKola TV, subscribe to Stephen Arson, subscribe to Stretford Paddock, subscribe to Full Time Devils. Do the things right now. Jeremy Vare with a super chat says he's on your channel a lot as well, because I always notice, and on Paddock, and he's a member on AdamMcKola TV. He says, thank you for your content. You two are the best together, and Pod to Nowhere is one of the best. Stay safe. Cheers,
Do
bro.
we have to get the front end of a camper van to shoot these in? Be mint that, wouldn't it?
I really want to do it. Like, I really want to put half of a transit in.
Oliver's thing on.
Oliver.
No, it's not Ben. No, I think Ben's got I think he's got a couple of years at United at least. I don't think United will be getting rid of him anytime soon. I did a Q&A, but I hooked it up to my phone. Can't stop the fucking notifications, can you? So it recorded the people.
Oh, sorry, I see. So you did an Instagram Q&A the other day, didn't you? Yeah. Okay, so
so Ben was DMing me in the middle of me recording it, And Romano DM'd me in the middle of it as well, with a voice memo
saying
he's coming on.
Saying Sancho confirmed.
No, we're going to do something with him. Talking about him. I don't know if we'll talk about the. I did turn on Do Not Disturb. Didn't fucking work. Talking about him. How we got started in journalism. This, that, and the other. Me and somebody else are going to go over to Milan. We've been planning that for a minute about going over and hanging out with Romano, catching a game over there with him, and maybe shooting a bit of content. No, yeah, Ben was. I was just talking to Ben about being locked up. No, I couldn't fucking approach Ben about playing for Paddock. Jesus, he's a good player, Ben.
You ain't got you need to build up the moolah for that first. So get subscribing and get watching all the Paddock content. So we can get these players signed. You can raid the academy for the players that leave.
His older players is that two of the players that I've signed. One's 34, one's 38. One's played for Wales. You don't know him. Before anyone tries guessing, you don't know him. Played up and down the pro leagues. He's a good player. He's a good centre forward. Suits how I want to play, and it's just got that nous and that experience because we've got a very young team. You got to think about, John, the amount of people who watch YouTube and stuff like that. It is a young audience generally. So getting people in the mixer to come and play for us. We got loads of under 21s, but we didn't have many around mine and your age. There's a few, but not many. And I wanted a few more in the team before we crack on. But I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. I'm looking forward to it more and more every fucking day. It's going to be so much fun.
That's the problem at the moment, like making plans and then just not being able to execute them yet because time hasn't passed or you haven't done X, so you can't do Y yet. So it's a bit frustrating at the moment.
I'm just focusing on what can I do. And everyone I'm speaking to, I'm like, listen, obviously the caveat on this is we don't know when training starts, but if you're a free agent, can I interest you in coming and getting involved with this? And 100% hit rate, actually. No one said no to me yet.
I wouldn't want to know what you're doing. Are you like Skyping them with a picture of their missus next to your face?
No, I usually just dropping them a text on WhatsApp.
And their address.
There's a couple of United players that are no longer at the club that are free agents that I am getting in the mix with.
Horse.
No, younger lads. Lads that didn't make it at United, basically. None of these have made a debut at United. But they should look like fucking Lothar Matthäus and fucking Maradona playing for Paddock.
This is the thing, like any footballer, any footballer that's a professional is a winner, really, when you think about it. They are winners because they are in the 0.0.
The appearances you make in 5 years at United, none. Best player on our team.
No, but I mean, like all professional footballers really are. I know we'd say, he hasn't got the winning mentality or this, that. But really, they are all winners. They're all like the best. They're all the best out of the bunch. Nuts.
So that's I'm fucking so looking forward to it. We got this. It's literally sitting on my desk, which I've spent a fucking fortune on.
What is that?
This is our camera to monitor the games. So you might see these at some of the pro grounds or training grounds and stuff like that. Obviously, we're making content out of the games, aren't we? That goes without saying, but it's hard to get good football content when you're on the floor. So we've got a 40-foot high tripod. And
I've just Googled it just to see what it's like, what's it about.
And it sends you then, once it's processed, it sends you an edited match of the full match, and the camera will follow the ball, uses AI to track the ball. So you'll have it'll be essentially like the broadcast view in a match, from a gantry. So can't wait. It's going to be fun.
So there's 1,592 clubs are using it.
Including Paddock FC?
Yep. Burnley FC use it.
We need a nickname for Paddock FC. We keep saying up the ticks just because of that fucking kid for Wigan that day.
Of the dicks. No.
Don't really work, does it?
No.
Don't really work. Joe made a good point the other day on Thursday.
Things get shorter, don't they? Pads. Up the pad.
He said he wants to play Sunday League for it. Doesn't want to play the Saturday League because he can't be asked with that level of commitment. He said, but Sunday League. And I was chatting to my dad about it, and I said, you know what? If I told you there was a Sunday League football team that had a camera crew following it and Joe Smith was captain of it, would you tune in? And he was like, yeah, I would, yeah. And I was like, I think you would, wouldn't you?
Was he in the bath the other day, the fucking clown?
Yeah, fully dressed.
I'd say there's nothing wrong with him having a bath, for people that don't know, on a video, fully dressed. With a picture of me.
Did you see him on Thingy, by the way?
Jesus Christ.
Did you see that he was on a fucking TV show? Right, let me send you this photo. Can you get it on screen if I send it you? It's on WhatsApp.
Up the straight, that's the one.
Where was it? It was in this group, wasn't it? Which fucking group was it in? Was it in this one? There we go. If I forward this to you on WhatsApp, can you get it on screen?
I can show it like that. Wait.
You need to put it on screen full blast. He was on a TV show. On a quiz show.
That is amazing, isn't it? It's on Dave. What show is on Dave?
It was called Beat the Internet. He's on season 1, episode 3, I think.
Does he get a lot right?
He won it.
Fair play. How much did he win?
He won a Kindle.
Fuck off! No, you can't. Oh, mate, I'd be gutted if I won that TV show. I would be. I once got auditioned for Golden Balls. Remember that with Jasper Carrot?
Yeah.
And at the end, you steal and that. And I got I was basically on a list waiting to be called to go on the show. I never got called.
Is it Survivor? Was it Survivor? Like the little reality show on the desert island?
With Melinda Messenger?
No, I don't think she was involved.
That was Fort Boyard, wasn't it?
I'm sure it was Survivor. Something like that, anyway. I auditioned for that and got through to the last 50. But I was still in the army. So I auditioned for it on leave because I just walked past a thing which was yeah, blah, blah, blah. So I went and spoke to it. Janine wanted to do it. She was like, come on, let's go audition for this. It'll be a laugh. They didn't want her. And they put me through about 3 more rounds. And then I was like, shit, I better go speak to the army. So I went and spoke to them, and they was like, right, well, if you get through, we're not having you make the army look shit. We're going to make you do 3 months of fucking jungle warfare training and survival training. So you just fucking, you just know everything when you're in there. And I was like, okay, sweet, sounds like fun. But I didn't get through.
It would have been good to see you on that. I originally applied to be on Deal or No Deal. That's when I got the call for Golden Balls. Wanted to be on Deal or No Deal. That is a good chance to win some dosh in it.
It's all of them are black though, aren't they?
Black in what sense?
Yeah, you know what I mean. They're not. I think you're stacked up to fail on a lot of them.
Yeah, but no, I don't. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire's questions seem really easy at the moment. The new ones with Jeremy Clarkson.
That one seems straightforward, actually, the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire one. Have you noticed, I don't really watch a lot of normal TV, but when it's on in someone's house and I go around, when I see them being asked questions, they've been coached. So it'll be like, right, was it A, B, or C? And they'll be like, right, well, initially I was thinking it was A because, and you're like, do you rather than going, it's B? Why do you think that? Because it's fucking B.
They're no, they fluff out their answers for TV, don't they?
Yeah,
but
and I noticed it really badly. I can't remember.
But I suppose that happens, doesn't it? I suppose even sometimes you get asked a question and get told say the answer in the question or show your workings out or things like that.
Yeah. Oh, when we.
But you know that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You know what pisses me off with that? You know that dude that they say he cheated or he didn't cheat or whatever with the coffin. The thing is, his missus went on it, and their friend was in the fastest finger first seat. Like, imagine me, you, and Joe linked up and said, right, we're going to swindle Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. First off, all three of us have got to get on the show. But like, that's input. Like, all right, yeah, maybe one of us might, but all three of us.
That's
like,
Ocean's 11 shit.
Yeah, what the fuck, man, bastards. That was like that must have been some real good.
That's not me going, right, Adam, I've got a plan for us to get the Glazers out. And you go, okay. And you go, what is it? You go, we all need to get picked for England at a World Cup.
Okay. Yeah, it's mental how they. Oh, Tian says they wasn't friends before.
Oh, right, okay.
All right, so okay, that helps, I suppose. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was good, but yeah.
Which Man United players look better live than on television? Carrick.
Bro, that was the first player that popped into my head, Carrick. And I think Ruud van Nistelrooy. I think you appreciated him more when you see him in person.
I think Rashford did. Jesse probably did. Yeah. He's been off the boil as fuck for a year and a half, but
when he was good.
Yeah, in person he did.
Carrick's definitely the one. And Scholes, maybe. In the latter stages of his career, when he was dictating things and just knocking the ball about, he was real quality then. Did you see who someone had voted Maguire Player of the Year?
For United or for the...
I think, yeah, United's Player of the Year on Sky or something like that.
It's not mental. There's a couple of players in with a shout, but it should just be Marcus.
I think if you could say I think Wan-Bissaka's been better than Maguire. Marshall been better than Maguire. Rashford's been better than Maguire. Because Maguire was poor for up until he got the armband.
I think he was ordinary.
Yeah, up until he got the armband.
Yeah.
What are some players that turn it on? Why do you think that is?
Goalkeepers at Old Trafford.
Yeah. But why do you think that is? Do you think it's just they get a good feeling for it? Coincidence?
I think some of it's like they get a lot of trade, so they're like already alert going into it. Hang on, this is just text us back. Seeing if we got the fixtures for Bundesliga. Yeah, I think it's because like their concentration levels are very high because generally they're getting a lot of trade coming at them. And two, I think people do attempt to raise their game at United.
Yeah.
No, he said no idea.
Yeah, I don't think they've been announced yet. I don't think it's been announced. Final few minutes of the show to get you a few questions in before we end the pod to nowhere. Is there anything you really want to talk about this week?
Fuck,
who would be your Wally of the week if we picked one?
I like getting drunk. Do you want another drink?
Have another drink. Go on. Who would be your Wally of the week?
Trump.
Oh, mate, he's funny as fuck. I'm like, yo.
If he didn't have his hand on the fucking red button.
He ain't got his hand on red button. Bro, like, he's so funny, man. And the way that he was blatantly talking to that woman, asking her those questions, then he come out like, yeah, I've just been sarcastic and I weren't even talking to her. He's a pimp, bro. He is. Like,
and all those cunts in New York that are protesting about being locked up, you're all Wallies of the week as well. Get inside and stop fucking about.
Oh, yeah, that's fuck. They're Wally. They are deaf. But with Trump here, like, people could say what they want about him, but he got voted in and he's still there. So ultimately, he's winning.
And he's probably going to get re-elected.
He's 100% going to get re-elected. 100 million %. And all these, like, imagine you're a working class person that has somehow been forced to believe that voting for Trump is going to benefit you when it's not. But even if you are that person, you don't need celebrities coming out saying, don't vote for Trump. And that's all that happens is that we get these celebrities. And it's like, they're not listening to you, bro. They're not listening to you.
No.
And the people on the other side are far too nice to just say, Like, fuck Trump. I think if one of them just grew some balls and said fuck Trump in a press conference, they'd get votes. Just be real. Like, Trump's like a real idiot, and they relate to it.
The whole thing stems back to that bullshit with Brexit, and obviously the Cambridge Analytica thing plays into it because it was like fuckwits on social media sharing just wrong info. But when you had like Professor Brian Cox and the guy who invented Dyson, like all these fucking geniuses lining up on one side, and on the other side you've got Boris Johnson and Katie Hopkins. You're like, fuck's sake, lads, think about it. Who would you rather line up with intellectually?
Oh, game's gone. Game is gone. And on that note, just like Jeremy says, thank you, and Adam and Stephen. Good night. See you tomorrow. Thank you for joining us, Jeremy. Thank you for joining AdamMcKola TV as well.
I've got Blackmore on a podcast tomorrow.
Oh, I play football with Clayton Blackmore. Ask him about me if he thinks I'm a good player. But he has still got it. Like, this was about 2 years ago. It was me, Clayton Blackmore, David May, who definitely hasn't still got it. Ant Crawler, who you can tell isn't a footballer. He runs like a boxer, stiff. And like, who else was on our team? Was it Wes Brown? Maybe
he's 55. How's he still got it?
And no, mate, we were taking free kicks together, me and him, and he was whipping them. Me and him were whipping them. And we played against Richard Dunn, Paul Dickov, Stephen McInerney, and some others. It was just Trevor Sinclair as well. He hadn't pissed in a police car at that point, so I couldn't ask him about it.
So, yeah, anything anybody wants to ask old Clayton? Did he do 10 years at United? I think he did 10 years at United, didn't he? Then I think he went to with Robbo. I think he ended up playing all over the fucking leagues then after that. But he's a mate of a mate. They play golf together.
Get some questions in for Clayton Blackmore on Steve's. Head over to his community section or one of his comments, I guess. They'll all end up in his YouTube studio. So head over there or tweet him and check out his channel. Check out Paddock, FTD, Steve Howson. Subscribe to AdamMcKola TV. I'm hungry now, so I'm going to go eat something.
Safe lid.
Nice one, bro. Thanks for joining us again. And any final words?
Oh, yeah. Stop listening to bellends on social media, including me.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, we've just told them to subscribe, but now you're telling them not to listen to us.
No, subscribe. Just don't listen to us.
Yeah, don't take us seriously. Remember that guy come up to us like,
check Oliver's message. Check Oliver's message.
Soon.
Would that be a thing?
Well, you open yourself up to it, and you can't complain if someone makes one. So
no, I couldn't complain if someone makes one. I'd probably give them good access as well, because why not?
Good access if you don't slag him off. Make sure you're keeping it like, comment, share, and subscribe. Straight for Paddock FC. Come in very soon. See you later.